Hey guys, Untap Your Go here with another deck for 2020 Standard, and today we are playing Selesnya Ozolith Retreat. And what this deck is centered around is Felidar Retreat. This is a new card from Rise of Zendikar. It's a 4-mana enchantment with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under control, we get to choose one, which is either creating a 2/2 Cat Beast token, or putting a 1/1 counter on each creature we control and giving them vigilance until end of turn. So this is like essentially Field Ruin. It's Field Ruin. Makes 2/2s. They're not zombies, but they make 2/2s for every land. You don't have to hit the 7 lands in play of different names, but it's essentially Field of Ruin, with the added benefit of just making all of our creatures absurdly powerful and attacking for free, essentially, giving them vigilance so we can still block on the following turn. And we have Ozolith. It's a 1-mana legendary artifact that says whenever a creature would leave play, if it had any counters, it puts them on the Ozolith, and then we can put all of those counters on any creature we control at the beginning of the following combat. So all of our creatures are getting stacked with all their counters because we have Stonecoil Serpent. This just scales all throughout the game. We have Yorvo that gets 4 counters when it comes in. Conclave Mentor that increases the number of counters that we put on our creatures. Scavenging Ooze to deal with our opponent's graveyards. Wildborn Preserver, because this is a flash creature, it has reach. It deals with a lot. It can block a lot of stuff with flying. And you can also dump some mana into it late game and put counters on it for literally every other creature in the deck coming into play. And we have some Oran-Rief Ooze. This is another new card from Rise of Zendikar. It's a 3-mana 2/2. When it comes in, it puts a counter on a creature you control, and then when it attacks, it puts a counter on each attacking creature with the 1/1 counter on it. So in combination with Felidar Retreat and this attacking, our team is just gonna get outrageous. And then we have a few copies of Gemrazer to deal with our opponent's enchantments and artifacts, as well as just the benefit of giving a creature ranch and giving a creature ranch, yeah. Giving a creature reach and trample is really good. So, and this scales with all the counters because if we put this on top, it's going to be a 4/4 base power plus all the counters that the previous creature had on top of it. And then we just have a few split lands mixed in the mix to kind of get us there. Sejiri Shelter gives our creatures protection and is also a land. A Bala Ged Recovery to get back some permanents. And a Khalni Ambush. We have 4 copies of this. It is comes in as a forest on one side, or it makes a creature fight. So this is like essentially our removal. Our creatures are going to be so big that we're almost always guaranteed to win the fight, and then still be able to attack. And then to round off the deck, we have a few copies of Turntimber Symbiosis. This is just the mythic green we all know. Being able to flip into any of these is good. Flipping into Gemrazer is the only downside. I don't want to pay 7 mana for a Gemrazer. That's why I only play a few copies. But everything else in the deck is going to come in, cost 3 or less, and it's going to come in with 3 counters. So that's going to be able to get our snowball going again in case we're behind or something. And then for the mana base, we have a few Castle Ardenvales to make some tokens that we can continue to put counters on. This is the only human in the deck, essentially. It's the only human. And then we have 5 plains, 9 forests, 2 Temple of Plenties, and 2 Fabled Passages, and that is the deck. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please consider leaving that like in the comment, as well as hitting the subscribe and the bell, and I will see everyone in the wrap-up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Alright, so going into our first game, we're on the play. And this hand seems like not super good, but I guess we have 2 Wildborn Preservers. And if at least one of them lives by the time we get Felidar Retreat, then I guess this can carry us with our draws too. And hopefully we draw a 4th land that we don't have to use Fabled Passage we can get with our Felidar Retreat. We'll start off with a forest. Our opponent seems to be on the rogue plan. Well, we can catch our opponent in combat with our Wildborn Preserver. Yep. I still think we trade with it though. Our opponent's just like, what? Why are we? Yeah. Opponent's just completely blown away. Wildborn Preserver is still a card, guys. It's still a card. Don't forget. Trades with this too, if I get it strong enough. I think we go ahead and play it. Ooh, that's really good for us. Alright, so I could play the retreat, but I think what I do... I'm actually thinking, because it's got Death Touch. I'll play the Gemrazer, I could just trade with it. I think I just play out the Gemrazer. Can't pay any mana, won't attack. Sets us up for the best follow-up though. Maybe not anymore. Okay, so we have to trade with one of them. Another passage is pretty good for us. I think I just go ahead and start making cats first. Oh well, can't. Can't pay it that turn. What we do is grab another plains, make another cat. I will pay the 1, and that way we have a blocker, and now we're starting to assemble a team. Scratch that. Yorvo is not bad. I'm gonna put this one, I'm gonna put a counter on everything, start attacking. Our opponent is going to be gaining 6 every turn, so another Murderous Rider. Okay. We're down to 8. So we'll have enough mana to do it this turn. Put counter on everything. Scavenging Ooze. Gemrazer's good. Ironically, it's not the best pick. I guess I am happy to pay 7 mana for a Gemrazer if it means I have a blocker. Does our opponent get another lucky top deck? No. Okay, so they're going to start running out their riders. I'll say, go ahead and attack, opponent. I will trade. I will very, very happily trade with you. Okay. Thanks, man. Oh, that's good. Now if any of our stuff leaves, they're just gonna transfer over. Yeah, I'm just gonna pay that. Keep up 1 blocker for our life total and start threatening theirs. The land for us is good. Could get in for 15. Opponent's in the tank. Deciding whether or not to block. Come on, buddy. Alright, opponent's down to 10. Or 12. I think I forgot to gain their life. Ooh, Rankle's good. guess he's going to force us to sack. Okay. Put all the counters on that. Our opponent hit us with a good game. On to the next one. Alright, opponent's on the play. We have quite a few tapped lands here. I mean, if we get hit our fourth, Fabled Passage will come in untapped, but that's kind of... This hand seems a little slow. Whatever, I'll try it. I'll start off with the Temple. And that's good for us. Holds up the X priority, so they know I have it. If the opponent knows. And if they don't know, well, now they know. We're actually going to hold up our Wildborn Preserver. Yep, if we ran out of Scavenging Ooze, it would have just simply died. Seems like we're up against Temur Adventures. So we need to start getting our engines going before they do. Ooh. We found our fight card, so we can trade with stuff. Start off with the castle, and I think we run out of Serpent for 3. Fine, no attacks. But it's gonna start shocking themselves. So this might actually be the Temur mutate with Scoot Swarm as the new addition, making clones of everything. Probably the Terror of the Peaks machine gun deck. Which, if that's the case, I don't know what's the bigger threat, Scoot Mob or Terror of the Peaks. Okay, it's not a bad draw for us. We need to somehow deal with this creature, though. Let's play out our Mentor. I will take the action, actually. Grab ourselves a forest. Play another Stonecoil for 2 total. Opponent's not gonna block. Actually, I think I'll keep it. I'll keep it back as a blocker for now too. Low discover for our opponent. They're gonna start going crazy. I was really hoping they would play a Terror of the Peaks there, so I can fight it. Or my opponent is just gonna have all of the Zone Crusher. Alright, so... let's go to combat first. Alright, well, our opponent gives us the damage. We're still killing this. We're still going to play our Scavenging Ooze, in which case we can start growing on the following turn. We have a few creatures. Does our opponent have a Genesis Ultimatum or Escape to the Wilds? Both cards would give them a lot of resources. Otherwise, they might be dead in water right now. I guess I can run out their Bone Crusher Giants, yeah. Okay, so Elder Gargaroth. Still a pretty good card. Yeah, it's a pretty good draw for our opponent. Alright, so I think we play out our Scavenging Ooze and grow our Wildborn Preserver to 7. I don't know, do we need this? Yeah, I guess we could save one of our creatures, maybe. Another land off the top for our opponent. Opponent decides not to attack. Wildborn Preserver idea was a good plan. Felidar Retreat's a good draw for us. In which case, I'm just going to go ahead and play this. Put a counter on everything. I'm going to pass. I think our opponent is playing Genesis Ultimatum, and if that's the case, they might also be playing Ugin, so that's definitely something to keep in mind of. Opponent's trying to figure out how to tap out their mana for a Tangle Hedron. Gotcha. No attacks again from our opponent. Yorvo is another decent draw. I could have exiled a creature at the end step. Ooh, I don't have triple green. Alright, well I think we just pass. I can exile stuff out of the graveyard. I have 2 in mine, 2 in my opponent's, so I have up to 4 counters I can put on that. I can also make 1/1s. This I gotta be careful of. What does our opponent hit? Microshard Greyhorns, not too bad. That could have been a lot worse. Alright, so I think we need to start growing our oozes. Another land, and it's the green source. I can dump 4 mana into my Wildborn Preserver. He has Vigilance, so I might as well attack. He's gonna have to just start chumping. 7. Still need 6 more. Alright, and you're blocking with the Gargaroth as well. Ooh, with the Sterix, that's even better. 6, 10, 13. Wow, I have exactly enough to kill them. Nice. That actually works out better for me. I just got rid of the majority of the threats. And he still won't attack. Gemrazer. Oh, I think we just keep up with the offensive. Start getting with the oozes. Alright, so opponent is gonna draw a card. And we're gonna grow our oozes so they live. Well, I can make it so this one lives, or I can make it so this one lives. I think I just make it so this one lives. Doesn't matter. I guess if I had just gotten in with everything, our opponent would have been dead. So I missed lethal. We played against the most unlucky team or player to not hit their Genesis Ultimatum or their Ugins. That's our opponent got. Bone Crusher to the dome. Our opponent is going to rope us out of saltiness. Alright, land for us, which is cool. Well, I'm going to start with mutating on my Scavenging Ooze to give it trample. And then I'll go ahead and put a counter on each of my creatures and get in for lethal. And our opponent's gonna make us wait the whole way through. Yeah, opponent, you're dead. You were absolutely dead. Give our opponent a good game. He was a good sport about it. I know it's hard. Stevie Ray drawn. Nice. Alright, we're on the play, and this is not a great hand, so we're gonna have to mulligan. I mean, it's a little better. Let's go back to Gemrazer. I'm gonna have to use these as lands, most likely. Alright, Speaker of the Heavens for our opponent. We're up against life gain. Fabled Passage isn't bad off the top. Pulling priority for that Serpent, man. We're gonna go ahead and run out our Conclave Mentor. See if our opponent has any way of dealing with it. Seems they do, or they're reading it. Ooh, I can't wait for Kaladesh Remastered once that comes out, because then we'll have what's it, Winding Constrictor? Yeah, Winding Constrictor, the black green version of this, essentially. The OG. Can't wait to make like an Abzan counters build with both of them, so you can just max out on the 2-drops. Opponent's getting in for 2. I mean, I want to trade with it, but not with my Conclave Mentor. Alright, so hitting an untapped source is good for us here. Okay, Oran-Rief. I'll put the counter on the Conclave Mentor. And see if our opponent wants to let his Basri die. Yep. Go ahead and pass the turn. Our opponent thinking long and hard about their move here. Heliod for our opponent. No attacks. Felidar Retreat's really good. I can hold that up though for the following turn. I think I might actually play the Fabled Passage here too. Oh, wait, maybe not actually. Alright, so put this in the play tapped. I'll play Stonecoil for 2. I'll go to combat and I'll hold up the Light of Hope. Well, actually I meant to do it before combat, but I think I'll just hold it up then. That was a misclick on my part, but our opponent decided not to block and do the trade. Alright, Linden for our opponent. They always have it. They always have the 3 pips for their Heliod. Yep. Okay. No blocks from us. It's okay, I think our next turn's better. Ooh. That makes it even better. I'll go ahead and make 1 cat. And then I'll put the counters on everything. Play out our Ozolith. Now creatures have vigilance this turn. What you got, opponent? How you gonna block? Our opponent is just in awe with all the power that we just put into play. Oh man. Yeah, it was a nice hollow priest you had. And now even giving his creatures lifelink with Heliod's, like, I think we still beat him on that race. Alright, anointed chorister for our opponent. Ooh, big bad Lurrus. So this is a Lurrus deck, huh? Yeah, that's fine. Get that indestructible, I guess. I understand. We don't hit a land drop this turn, so our attacks are awkward, but I don't think it matters. Whatever our opponent doesn't block, I'm just gonna... I guess, yeah, my opponent's just dead, because I'll just put the counter on the Stonecoil Serpent and get in for the trample damage. We also have to factor in that our opponent's going to be getting 8 too. So they're at a virtual 12 right now. Still going to put the counter on the Stonecoil Serpent. Our opponent's at 5. They put all the counters on their Heliod, and I'm just going to play Wildborn Preserver now. And if I regret it due to a board wipe, I'm going to be salty. Good game, opponent. Alright, our opponent's on the play. And this hand seems fine. Probably start with the colony territory. Ooze isn't a bad draw for us either. Tapped weight source, not great, but I think I'll hold up the preserver again. Opponent's playing black, they probably have removal. No. That Wildborn Preserver then. Go ahead and play the Conclave Mentor. I'll pay the 1. Start getting in. Okay, so we're playing against mono black. I wonder which version of it is. There's like so many. Like, I wonder if this is the Underworld Dreams Peer into the Abyss combo. That'd be funny. I wouldn't mind losing to that. Drawing half my library and then taking just infinite damage. A 3rd Conclave Mentor? This is going to be outrageous. So we're going to play the Turntimber Symbiosis, and we're going to play the 3. There, play an additional Conclave Mentor. We don't have the double white to do Conclave Mentor and Sejiri Shelter this turn, so... Which I guess I probably should have attacked first, and then held up Sejiri Shelter. Cast a Conclave Mentor 2nd main phase. Yep. That's okay. We'll just play our Ooze. And that's going to start getting pretty big too. No attacks from our opponent. Stonecoil Serpent's not bad either. As hilarious as this is, I think I'm just going to run out a third Conclave Mentor. And I'm going to start attacking with Scooze. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put those counters on it. And then play a Stonecoil for 1 and get a 4/4. 1 mana 4/4 reach trample. Seems good. And I think we'll play this out as our land this turn. Oh, Extinction Event or something like that would be a blowout for us. Everything is even. Alright, Murderous Rider for our opponent. It's a good draw. Right, 2/7 is going to be hard to get through. Khalni Ambush. That's pretty good. How do I play this out? Is there a way I can get lethal here? No, I don't think so. I think I play Yorvo first. Just make a giant Yorvo. We'll pass. We're gonna hold up the Khalni Ambush as a fight. Okay, another Murderous Rider for our opponent. Our opponent eats our Scooze to gain some life. The Wildborn Preserver is not terrible. So I might lose Yorvo in this process. But I want to see how he blocks. Actually, that's fine. I'll just kill Ayara. And I'll have Yorvo fight Chimera so it gets double kill. Opponent's back in the tank now. Yep. I don't want to play that yet, it's not even worth it. I'm fine with that trade, honestly. Now they just have a few lifelinkers. Oh yeah, I guess I probably should have killed the lifelinkers, but killing IR to shut down their card advantage I think seemed more important than the matter. Nyx Lotus. Okay. Non-creature, non-land, huh? I'll let you see it. I'll just go ahead and play it. Oh, I didn't realize I could have just played the Wildborn Preserver. That's a nice little punt. Put that there. Take action. Pay the 2. And start getting in for a crap ton of damage. This deck's crazy, man. These creatures get huge. Selesnya counters. Thanks for the victory dance, pup. So excited. So excited. Alright, Brennan, what you got? I mean, this extinction event would still be like a blowout for me, almost. Or they can dig down to 6. What you got? Yeah. Good game, opponent. Man, we're on a tear today. Alright, we are on the play. Our hand's kind of weird. We don't have triple green for Yorvo. We do have Turntimbers, so we might draw into a 3rd green source. And Yorvo and a Gemrazers are always a good combination. Start off with the Turntimber Symbiosis. Hell for our opponent. That finds us the 3rd green source. Let's play this as a 2-2. No attacks. Or no blocks, I mean. Ooh, Kargan Intimidator. That's pretty good. Well, I don't want this to die just yet, so I think I'm gonna mutate first. Since I won't be able to block. Next turn I can make them fight. Felidar Retreat's pretty good too. So I think I go ahead and do this. I don't think our opponent can actually kill us faster than we can kill them. Anax helps. Yep. Yeah, gotta start making creatures. So our opponent just had the damage. Them's the breaks. You just can't beat red sometimes. Hey guys, welcome back to the wrap up, and today we went 4-1 for a pretty exciting finish. Nice strong one. The only deck that we lost up against was mono red, which, you know, I don't remember if they were on the play or not, but just red got their nut draw and they got to put the pressure on us. But otherwise, our deck is sweet. We had a few games where we were very close to death and we were able to stabilize and then just take over the game with absurd card advantage between Felidar Retreat and the Ozolith, and all of our creatures getting counters. And Conclave Mentor, the real MVP, putting all these extra counters on the creatures. This deck's very strong. It goes very wide. It goes very big, all at the same time. It's a lot of fun to play. I'll leave a link to the deck in the description if you guys want to check it out and try it out yourselves. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.